Here's why I decided to build a social media platform. The social media platform I decided to create was called the VoiceBox. VoiceBox is a voice-centered social media platform that's focused on fixing the way we communicate with one another. We all have a voice, whether that be a student, a parent, or an influencer. The modern social media platforms we've been using over the last decade started out great, but now we're seeing severe red flags. We don't talk to one another anymore. Nowadays, we doom scroll through highlight reels, edited photos, and when we do talk to someone, we're sending memes to one another. We're saying LOL and haha, but we don't actually mean it. Our expression never changed. How many times have you been misunderstood, argued, or flat out not gotten your point across through text? That's where VoiceBox comes in. VoiceBox incentivizes and prioritizes voice communication. The only way to communicate with one another on the platform is to actually use our voice. 50% of teenagers deal with negative social comparison online, and a third of them feel they need to be perfect. This is not good for their self-esteem. And this is a problem. Our self-esteem issues, all the toxicity that's happening within social media, it happens. It's a problem. It's right in front of our eyes. When I was in university, I remember studying abroad, and the biggest thing that I noticed when I was abroad is how many different people used WhatsApp. They were talking to one another, they were social, they were sending little memos back and forth to family in Argentina, family in Spain, family in Brazil, family in Indonesia, Malaysia, Mozambique. I'm watching all over the world, people are using WhatsApp. And me being Egyptian, people always use WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a way to chat and talk to different people on the phones. So I was thinking in my head when I traveled back to America, I was still keeping up with some of the friends. And one of the friends I was talking to was sending me voice memos back and forth. And we would share how we're going, how our days were going, how we felt. And hearing them talk, when they texted, I didn't really understand what they were saying. But when they were actually sending me a memo, I understood what they were saying. I heard the accent, the vibe, the energy, it was there. So in turn, I was like, hey, I wonder if there's an app on the App Store that's just voice memos. That's like a social media platform. This would be really cool. As I go to look for it and I can't find it, I realized something. This is something that I can create. And they always say that when you find something and it doesn't exist, create it yourself. And they inspired me. And that was November 6th, 2019. So it was my senior year of college and I was thinking, oh my days, like I'm so excited I can actually do something. I'm creating something. I'm envisioning it now. I remember taking a picture in my journal and seeing it for the first time. I'm like, wait, this is a cool idea. And obviously it's evolved a lot since then. And it's become this platform and where, wow, it came from idea to now. This is sick. And a bunch of different factors that led me into really believing in this idea and chasing this business venture that I thought about instead of the other ones was I saw the problem happening before my very eyes. I remember asking a bunch of my friends on the soccer team, hey guys, we're gonna have a little party, come over, people hang out and just talk. And different sports teams were there. And I remember thinking, wait, hold up. Why does this look like a fifth grade dance? It was boys on one side, girls on the other side, and no one was actually just talking to one another. And when I was a freshman at that same university, I remember going up to people and just talking, interacting, having conversations, and how important that was to me because I enjoyed talking to people. But even my more introverted friends were doing the same thing. And it made me wonder, is this more of a generational thing? Is these 4-year gap difference between the seniors and freshmen that big of a deal and that much of a problem? Have phones and the modern social medias actually affected us to the point where they can't even go up to someone and talk to them? And then I watched one of the freshmen send a picture to someone across the room talking to them. And they replied back. In my head, I knew that there was an issue and there was a problem. Imagine the fact that you're watching someone talk to someone across the room and not just go up to them. I'm like, yo, bro, go up to her, go talk to her. What are you doing? This is definitely a problem here. And that's when I knew I was onto something. Something around that time that I started doing that, I was like, let me challenge myself. What I started doing was I would just send videos to everyone that I was talking to. And I started noticing how much more energy I was getting from everyone. Everyone's like, dude, I love talking to you. You're awesome, blah, blah, blah. People that I didn't even know, they felt so close to me. They felt so comfortable around me because we were actually communicating. We were actually talking. It wasn't so personal that it was like a FaceTime where I had to call them, but it was personal enough where it's like I'm actually asking about their day. I'm using my voice, the instrument that we all have that really separates us from just words. Anyone can type words in. I can tell you what to type, you type it, and boom, it says that you said it, but it's different when you're the one speaking it into existence. You're the one talking it out loud. And I realized how powerful this was and how powerful our voice was in our communicative abilities. And even the phone. What was the phone made for? It was made so we can talk to one another, so we can call one another, so we can interact with one another. But now we've almost gone away from what the phone was meant for. And that was basically my goal with VoiceBox, is to create something in where it brings that back. So that the younger generations and older generations can use a platform and where the main focus is to actually talk to one another. I noticed that with all the main social medias, they just hypersexualize us. They put so much crappy ads and different sexualized content to get us hooked. And even in the advertisements, you open the app for an advertisement and all you see is someone's backside. And it's like, dude, this is an advertisement that's unskippable at the time. It opens up instantly into this. So it traps us, it mentally ruins us. And for me personally, I'm someone who doesn't want that to happen to myself. So why would I want that to others? So I thought about it and said, this is something that can actually impact the world. I can actually try to change something that's a little different than what the status quo is. And even with the platforms, there's a TikTokification of our society. Everything's doom scroll. But that's wrong. We shouldn't be doom scrolling through life. It's not how it works. We shouldn't be searching for the next hit of dopamine. You should be able to communicate with one another. So when I created this, everyone was saying, hey, so if it's still social media, then what's the difference? My thing is this. It's somewhere where the disaffected social media user can still talk to their friends, be social, communicate, and kind of keep up to date with them and talk to them, but in a real manner. And a lot of CEOs would say that they don't let their kids use their platform. But me personally, I would allow my kids to use this platform. I would feel comfortable with my family using this platform because I understand how it was built. I see that it was focused, and the way it's designed is to communicate with one another. I remember when I was younger using Messenger and talking to my friends when I was in 6th grade in class and thinking, oh, my parents don't know I'm talking to my friends behind their back on the internet because I didn't have a phone at the time. So I'm able to talk to my friends after school. I love staying up to date with them. I love talking to them and actually interacting with them. And that is my main focus and as to why I built this platform and why I wanted to even start this company in the first place. Obviously, you're going to have to find ways to make money on it because all investors care about is, oh, how are you going to make money? How are you going to make money? I found ways to make money on this platform. I know how I'm going to do it, but it's a matter of the initial part of the platform needs to be fun, free, entertaining. People need to use it and enjoy using it. It's safe. I will never sell people's data, nor do I care to sell people's data. Because again, you don't have to sell out to make money on a platform. And I never understood as to why people never did this. Because you don't need to. You can make money other ways. People spend money on things all the time. People spend money on the most bonkers things. And yet, people are sitting there saying you have to sell people's data. No, it's just the easy way out. No one has become a pioneer to change the way the game is played. And that is my goal with VoiceBox, is to change the game, to do something different. And hey, if it fails, it doesn't work out 100%, then at least I tried to change something. And that is my main goal and main inspiration behind creating this app, VoiceBox. All my life, I've always wanted to create something. I've always wanted to express myself and share something about myself, but I never really had an outward talent. I never knew how to share myself. So when I had this idea, I just knew. This was the thing that I had to do to express myself, to share who I am as an individual. I've always labeled myself a professional conversationalist, how I love talking to people. Even in high school, I won most talkative. Clearly, there was something I enjoyed doing. So who else to create an app where you talk to one another? So that's why I created VoiceBox. P.S. Fun fact, as I was writing the script in this video, I had the craziest deja vu. So hey, maybe I'm on the right track. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, follow, send it to all your friends. I look forward to having you guys on the platform and trying it out and commenting what you guys think about the app, the platform, the idea. And I'll be sure in the description to put all the links down below to the beta version, to the launch. I would love for you guys to use it and try it out. And let me know what you think. I'm always looking forward to accelerating the platform. And hey, if you want to be part of the team, please hit me up, contact me. Let me know what you think about it. And I'm looking forward to meeting you and talking about it. I look forward to having you guys download VoiceBox. See you soon.